what advice would you give to other I have creatives on here, but I don't want to say creatives because everyone has a strange relationship with being titled as a creator. Yeah. So I would like to say other people, humans, on staying mentally and emotionally healthy while pursuing their passion.
I think the first thing is like we all are creatively or human wise. We all are chasing this thing, right? And we are working toward it to get it. And I think to me, the first thing to do as advice is to define what success means to you first. To me, success right now is five things: is health, happiness, peace of mind, means, and life partners. What I mean by mean is like, if I have an idea right now and I want to sample it tomorrow, I would love to have enough mean to do it. It's just like, hey, I have this idea, let's just order this part, test it out. And what I mean by life partners is like people that support you, family, friends, uh, mentors. They're so important. And so I think to me, that's what happiness is. And the day or the moment where I have all of those together, it's just like I feel successful. And whatever I'm working toward, I feel like, you know what, I'm getting there. I just got to keep going. And the highest thing we come has all of those things are together. So I think the first thing is to define that, what success means. And then work toward that if all of those things, when it means that to you, are not together yet. Or and then when you have them, just keep doing it. It just means you're on the good way. Don't trust matrix. Don't try. Just be you. Just do it, and yeah, it's all we come together.
Yeah. I would say in my creative process, my creative journey, mental health has been one of the biggest things I've been working on. And it is always in process. I think something that has helped me is understanding that my growth is not necessarily linear. It's not just like step, step, step. It's everywhere. It's like sporadic. It's like 2 steps forward, 8 steps back, 20 steps forward, 1 step back, and allowing myself to have forgiveness in that, and knowing that right now I'm messing up. I'm not what my idea of success looks like. I'm not living through that, but also having the awareness that that is okay because I don't need to follow a certain exact path that is linear because it's like all exists in one lifetime and it doesn't have to be straight. I don't know if y'all understand, but that's helped me.
And I just resonate with all that. I feel like I'm just taking in the advice and then learning from it and then spewing it back, you know. But, you know, I feel like to quote like a merch item from Duckworth, stagnancy is death, stay in motion, you know. So I think like movement is important, you know. I think like the ability that no matter, like, even if you're like in the deep, even if you're in the trenches, you know, it's like, as long as like you know that you're still moving in some form, like you can be above ground, you know. I think it's just like, I don't know, I'm kind of going through that currently, so it's like I know I'm gonna be okay, but as long as I'm just kind of like consistently trying, and taking a step back and kind of allowing myself that space and, you know, the luxuries that we have and what you know, it's a privilege of what we do, you know. Don't like get it twisted, you know. I think like definitely take up space, you know. We need to like allow our voice to be heard, you know. But I think the ability to understand that even within what we do, it is a privilege. Like, we're not saving lives, you know. Like, I feel like we can help, you know, create a conversation to maybe like create better opportunities for certain people, because we are, you know, designers, like creatives in whatever form, And this whole society is, I'm going so deep, but like the like the ability that like we have so much influence and like things are designed proportionately to who's in charge and like who gains that like who has the privilege, right? And I think like keeping yourself moving through like and with people, just being a dad. I feel a dad about it. I'm not a dad, I got no kids, but I feel like just like do you and like uh I don't know, like just relax, but just take your time.
You want to go, Sid?
Yeah.
I'll go last.
So the question is,
What advice would you give to other creatives, people, on staying mentally and emotionally healthy while pursuing their passion?
bet. Okay. So I would say be productive, not busy. Don't just fill up your calendar just because you want to just do stuff unless it like truly aligns. Ask people, why are you here? Just straight up ask them, why are you here? Like, why do you want to be in my life? Because I feel like a lot of times we begin to collect people, and with people, we all have this life force. We all have this lesson that we're supposed to gain from one another, depending on what season you are in. So just ask people, like, why are you here? And when it's time for, when that lesson is learned, don't be afraid to like release it or release them. Because we are all spiritual beings and we got to get to our next assignment. I would also say continue to just be in the practice of being yourself. So you don't have to seek external validation from other folks. And I'm saying that from experience because I feel like I define myself based off of what other people thought of me or what I thought I was supposed to be doing to appease people. And I found out last year I didn't even know who I was. So definitely just, working, I'm in some crazy parties. I'm around some celebrities, and it's like you begin to take on personas of the people that you are around. Yeah, you just begin to reflect. So like that's forced me to define what being grounded is. And it takes time, but it's worth investing in yourself to like figure out how to center yourself and to believe in something. So when you do veer off or get off track, you can return, because a lot of the times we begin to get the things that we want and we might forget to pray because we feel like we got it all, or just however, we take the time to be in gratitude. And one last thing I would say is learning how to adapt. And yeah, what do I mean by that? So we got this thing in the military, we say adapt and overcome, like learning how to be in movement, like how you were saying, like when things get rough, don't feel like you have to be stuck. I'm not saying don't feel, but move. Like don't silo yourself. So like adapt to whatever unpleasable circumstance you might be in, and like allow your creativity to like get you through the issue, because in going through the thing you learn a deeper lesson, like you learn your process in that. So that, and be quiet sometimes you just got to be quiet. Don't tell people your business. Wait 40 days if you can hold it, or wait till it's like a week out for the project to roll out. But I'm learning to be quiet.
I would like to just bounce on the movement thing. I think is really important. the motion just keep going, and also the fact that things takes time. It takes a lot of time and passion and dedication. I feel like personally, as much as my work or my practice, it's about imagining the future to products that we come out like in 6 months, 1 year, or building that we come out in whatever amount of time. It's always about thinking about the future. But as much the work is about that, personally, I live a lot in the past. I see a lot of my errors. I just like rethinking them. Oh, what if I did this or that? I think I could have done that way. It could have changed something, or I would become like superstitious about like, oh, because I did this that time, it didn't work well, so I should do that way now and avoid this way and that. So sitting too much in the past. So I try to embrace more motion now, and I think motion to me is like meeting new people, trying new stuff, like doing earlier, like I say, like doing stuff that like, oh shit, I never done this before. Actually, it was super good. We should do it again next week. Stuff like that. So embracing the motion and also I think for me, motion now is like about meeting new people. Oh, it's like okay, this person does this. Why not get a coffee with him or understand how does work? So yeah, embracing motion over sitting down in the thing.
I just want to say one thing with
please do.
Quickly.
No, go for
like,
it.
The
Go
fact
for
that,
it.
you know, the motion, but it's also, you know, you have the idea, but it's putting the action behind the idea. Because without that, then, you know, someone else, not to say like someone else is going to take it, but, you know, you can't just leave it alone. Because I feel like that's what makes us creatives. That's what makes us empowered to do what we do. And how, like, that privilege I was speaking about, like, not a lot of people can just take the idea and move with it, you know. So I think that's just like a part of that.
Yeah, and also not judging yourself or giving yourself, sometimes it is good to give yourself timelines, but if you have this crazy idea to, I'm sure there's a photographer in the room, to shoot 2 men on top of the Willis Tower, and you're like, I need to do it soon. This can happen at any timeline in your life, like when you're 50 or 40. So reminding yourself that you have a lot of time to create what you want has helped me so much. Yeah.
I mean, this could go on forever.
Yeah, I was like, huh? Yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna give a little something. I'm gonna give a little something. Y'all got to go. You saw that? Everybody got to go. No, it's, you know, it's like it's good. No, y'all actually said everything that I was going to say. But I'll word it and frame it as selfishness for me, because I'm extremely selfish with my time. And thinking about how you use your time is, like, when you really sit and think about how you're using your time, there's so many things that we're doing. We're on social media, or we're fucking off, right? I mean, completely, right? And then that should add up. That should add up. And the more time that you take to be more intentional with what you want and thinking about actually, like, what you want. Not what's going to make you $1 million, not what's going to make you, you know, have 1 million followers on Instagram. The things that are fulfilling, the things that you've dreamed about, the things that you feel like are just too far-fetched, but you think about it all the time. You really just have to be selfish enough to say, these are the things that I need to sacrifice in my life. This is how I want to use my time. However, mental stuff, health, friends, family, these are all contributors to your success. You know, the relationships that you're holding and how you're holding these relationships, that's your time as well. Like, that is time spent that is contributing to these things that we want to do for us before we think about money or anything, any other factor outside of that. The other thing I wanted to say was, and yeah, no, I actually don't have anything else. I forgot. That's that.